Alright, I got a metal shirt and I got a metal beer. If it's from a metal beer, you can kind of guess, especially since it's from Xul, that I may have got it from the Ginger Yeti. Because he's tight with one Whitechapel who did the collab with Xul on this one. Of course, I'm rocking my Einstein Kills. I would love to see Einstein Kills do a collab with the brewery. That would be quite awesome. But Whitechapel, very, very good. I got this when I met up with the Yeti himself at the Orange Peel in Asheville. We did a little beer exchange. And this is a pretty cool can on the Mammoth God. He is the Mammoth God. If you remember, we did that one Elder Pine Barley wine called Summon the Moon Lord. So we've danced with the Moon Lord, and now we dance with the Mammoth God. So I'll show you the can here. Text-wise, it's pretty death metal, large letters type. And then the artwork itself, there's very much a mammoth of sorts, woolly mammoth, but kind of skeletal, a little bloody, or at least blood-toned, orange, red, kind of very much looks like he's ready to deal out some death. And but he actually kind of looks like he's on a human's body, if you notice that. And Whitechapel, collaborative effort between Xul and Whitechapel. We got Xul's address in Knoxville. We got 4.6. It is a lager, so you expect a lower gravity. And there's not too much else going on here. There is some details on Untapped, but because it's a lager and the head's going to be pretty active, we'll get into the glass before we go over all those details. Without further ado, the 0-1 flight down with a shakluck. A bit of a delayed shakluck. Be hard pour because you know where you're at. Alright, like I prophesized, I suppose, an extremely active head there. So, let that settle down. It's already looking quite clear on the bottom. Mammoth God by Xul is an American lager. The ABV is confirmed at 4.6. Of course, being a collab, you're going to have fairly low numbers. 269 total, 260 unique, and a 192 ranked 3.92. No, I'm sorry, 3.97. 3.97. So just a hair below 4. Amongst a lot, lager categories. I say all the time, it's not always the style most well received on Untapped. So if it's pushing 4, it's probably pretty damn good. A cold, crushing American lager made with our dudes in Whitechapel. Dudes. Light, crisp, and built to disappear fast, but still hits with that no bullshit bite. I like it. Simple, loud, and refreshing enough to survive the pit. So I always get a kick out of pit etiquette because you'll notice the pit always gets a poor reputation because people are running around, they're acting crazy and all that. They're throwing their bodies into each other. But you'll notice once in a blue moon, I've seen a couple pits that didn't exactly that didn't exactly follow proper etiquette. But most pits, if somebody falls down, they kind of stop, they get them right back up, they give them an opportunity to get out or get right back in the scrub. So there is pit etiquette, and metal fans do look out for one another. All right, before I talk about music too much, we'll get a look at the head, very much diaper white. Color of the beer, get the condensation off the glass, not be a noob. I think you may be able to see me through it. Yeah, my fingers look a little cloudy through the beer, so there's a little bit of a cloud. It's otherwise a very bright golden yellow. But I don't know. If I hold it down, I can see the can. That could just be a byproduct of the lamp because I can see the can pretty clearly. I don't know if that'll work too well on camera. But, I could see things on the table, the placemats and whatnot fairly clear. So I'm going to venture that it's pretty clear. That cloud just may be a byproduct of the lamp. Let's get the aromatiques. Alright, so at first I kind of got a whiff that it was your typical maybe corn-based type of aroma. But there was also a note of sweetness, and to me, it's coming off lemony. So it's your traditional, typical type of lager note, but there's a little bit of a lemony pop, something sweet in there to kind of set it, apart from your normal kind of skunky domestic lagers, I suppose. Cheers. Hmm. So, if this makes sense, this tastes like this is extremely clean. It tastes like one of those typical skunky domestic or macro Euro lagers, but without the skunk. Like it has that very malt backbone, grainy appeal to it, but it doesn't linger and gotta get nasty at the back of your palate. It just kind of holds and then dissipates. So it's a extremely clean lager, very crushable. The lemony note kind of it pretty much goes away. It's not really the flavor at all. It's just more of that herbal and floral variety. And like I said, it tastes like a traditional domestic lager without the skunk. So very, very good, very crushable. Thanks to the Eddie for this one, and that notches another check on my Whitechapel collabs. That would be the third one. You've seen Bloodsoaked Symphony twice. You've seen the Red Ale Amber, I want to say it was that they did with Old Irving, and now this lager that they went back to Zool for. I don't know why my brain didn't work just then. So thanks again to the Yeti. Cheers, friends. Cheers, friends. Very nice, very crushable. I'll see you next time.